TIFU update: deep throating myself in front of my new assistant. Amidst the hate and questioning of my sexuality, there was actually some fantastic advice in the original post. I came into the office today with a pretty clear idea of what I was going to say. I felt okay with myself, but holy shit, the closer I got, the more fucking petrified I became. The walk from the front door to the edit bay was a total blur. I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. I kept going back in my head whether or not it was better if she was already in the office, or if I was in there first, and maybe if I was first it would seem more intimidating. My mind was going nuts. I got back to the edit bay and peeked in, and she was already there and turned around and saw me kind of creeping in. Just a fucking horrible way to start this. Then I proceeded to absolutely butcher my eloquently pre-planned speech. I honestly wish I could tell you all exactly what I said, but I really don't remember. I know I apologized. I said something along the lines of each of us probably don't want to ever have to look at each other again, and I did say that if she felt uncomfortable being here, I'd be happy to help her find another job. She asked if I wanted her to leave, and I said of course not. She was kind of looking down the whole time, and after I finished my word vomit she just kind of shook her head and said, "What are the fucking odds?" We both started laughing, and I came a bit more back to reality, and asked again if she was comfortable working together, and she said she was. We agreed it might take a while to actually look at each other, but luckily our desks have us back to back. I got coffee, and came back, and she had music on, and we kind of worked for a few without speaking, but the mood was definitely lighter. Then she asked if she could ask me a few questions. Oh boy lol, but sure. When did I learn I could do this? Have I ever done this for a crowd before? And of course. Does it feel like sucking dick or getting your dick sucked? And Dora, are you bi? Do you think it's kind of gay? I obliged. I think being back to back helped us talk it out and kind of laugh about it. I asked her how long she has known my friend for. They met in college. She said that she has always been a bit crazy and a bit of a freak. She said when she told her that this guy she was dating could suck his own dick, she was not at all surprised. I got the feeling this wasn't the first bizarre scenario she had gotten her in. I really wanted to ask her if she enjoyed herself, but I was worried it was teetering on sexual harassment, and honestly, working in such close quarters, I don't think I want to know the answer. So there you have it. Oh, and no, I do not know if she's on Reddit. I felt like asking would have drawn attention to it, but there was no mention of my post or anything like that. TLDR, I did my best, she did hers. It's awkward, but it'll all be okay. Edit okay. I'll answer the questions. I learned with my girlfriend in college. We were very experimental, and somehow it led to this. It's been a party trick of mine lol since. Never done it for a crowd before, no. From the original post. Since everyone is asking, I'll offer my thoughts. No, I am not gay or bi, and have never sucked someone else's dick before. Pretty sure being gay or bi involves being attracted to and or having sexual experiences with people of the same sex. It's my own dick, so I think that conversation is pretty straightforward. By your logic, all of you have given thousands and thousands of handjobs, and EWUVE touched a dick like 10 times today at least. As for the IVE heard, it feels more like sucking a dick than getting your dick sucked. I bring it back to the above statement. A handjob obviously doesn't feel the same as jerking off. Kissing your own hand feels different than someone else kissing your hand, etc., etc. I think maybe the first time it's unfamiliar to have your own dick in your mouth, or for those of you with a friend who told you they probably only tried it once or twice. But it's become a familiar feeling for me, and it feels wonderful. Better than jerking off, that's for sure. TIFU accidentally watching a Black Mirror episode with audio description on. Not today, but Black Mirror sub-post about season 3 being the best was trending. Hey stay RSAE, and I just remembered my fuck up. Said episode was Shut Up and Dance, where the young protagonist was forced to rob a bank, fight other people, etc. because an unknown person hacked into his computer and threatened to reveal his dark secrets if not complied. Now I don't understand how, but for some reason the audio description was turned on when the episode began. So the narrator describes the character's actions in between dialogues, like, sister comes up and touches his hands and whatnot. Had it been any other shows or movies, my wife and I definitely would have caught this mistake instantly. But of course the Black Mirror always fucks with our minds, so we just went with it and hypothesized what the voice could be and what the episode was trying to tell us. I think we came up with some absurd ideas like episode is about how we don't really have free will, only chosen ones can hear this voice, the narrating voice is the hacker, etc. We were basically focused only on the voice in the sky the entire episode. Well, the end was near and came the twist. Normally we would have gasped at the revelation, more surprising because there were subtle hints throughout, but not this time. We were like, yeah, that's cool, so what was the voice? And to our complete and utter shock, the episode was over without any explanation about the voice. We were quite dumbfounded at this point, because as complex as Black Mirror episodes go, we could at least understand the basic message it was trying to tell us, but this time we couldn't grasp anything. After some thinking and talking, we cut our losses and just moved on to the next episode, where we soon found we are too dumb for this show. TLDR turned on audio description, thought it was part of the show, and got really confused. Edit mostly lurker. I don't know if there are any etiquettes I have to follow through. I will upvote everyone's comments for now. For those who says it s not TIFU, I guess it s mundane, that s true. Since some folks are okay with the change of intensity of fuck up, and so are mods, I am at peace with it. TIFU by celebrating my mill, leaving my home before she left. So I'll try and make this short. Husband and I bought a new house 6 months ago. It's about 30 minutes away from his mother's place, which I thought was a safe distance. However, I didn't consider that it is between her house and her workplace, so she passes it daily. I am currently 5 months pregnant with our first child. His mother is very intrusive, but we understand her intentions are good, they really are. She does not have a key to the place, but drops by frequently, often unannounced, which we are working on with her. We've asked for a text, a call, something, anything. She never just walks in, but will ring the doorbell and knock until we answer. When we moved in, she came over often and helped us paint, clean, do dishes, organize labeled boxes by room, not unpack or anything, and hang pictures. When she found out we were expecting, she would come over and cook for us, do the dishes, offer to do laundry, bring us groceries, the whole 9 yards. It's nice in a way, but has also gotten very frustrating. Well, a few days ago I fucked up. My mood was shit, I was having back pain, cramping, I was hungry and just generally crabby. His mother had been over for going on 6 hours to help us paint the nursery, set up the crib and dresser, etc. I texted husband that it was time for her to go because I wanted to take a nap. I say goodbye to her and walk upstairs to lay down. 15 minutes later I hear her saying goodbye and the door closes. Sweet. I get up because I have to pee and yell downstairs to my husband, fucking finally, I thought she'd never leave. Silence. I yelled my husband's name downstairs. Silence. I waddle my ass down the stairs and his mother is sitting on the edge of the couch staring at me with these wide shocked eyes and stammers, he wanted to check the oil in my car before I left. Oh fuck. I said I am so sorry, I am just tired and cranky and hungry, but she was up and out the door before I could finish. Husband's a little upset, she's super upset, I just want a motherfucking pickle and some peace and quiet. TL doctor, embarrassed myself and fucked up my relationship with my laws. TIFU by telling my mom I want to be like my uncle when I grow up. Obligatory. This happened when I was 11 or 12, presently 23-year-old male. I was raised in a pretty small religious community and as a result I had a sheltered childhood. Nowadays I realize my uncle Alan, Dad's brother, was obviously gay and living with his partner. However, back then, as everyone in my family referred to them as either friends or roommates, my naive brain never questioned that. My uncle lived in a nearby city and he'd visit us occasionally. Couple of times my parents took me to his and his friend's house. Both of them were cool guys who seemed to own a lot of nerdy stuff, newest consoles, games, comics, and from my perspective I saw their adult life as an ideal. Especially compared to my parents who never had that loving of a marriage. The time of my fuck up was around Valentine's Day. I remember being constantly teased by my parents about having a crush on a female friend from class. Which was kind of true but too embarrassing for a preteen to admit, so I kept denying it because girls gross. One time that I said that, my mom replied with something along the lines of, well, you can think girls are gross forever, one day you going to marry one and have children. Wanting to rebel further, I said I would never ever marry a girl and that I wanted to be like Uncle Alan when I grew up. The atmosphere definitely changed after that, though I didn't understand why. I remember my mom carefully asking me, why would you say that? Being dumb, I dug myself deeper, explaining how great boys are a lot better than girls, and when you live with another boy you can just play video games all your life. So, my mom apparently told my dad, who snapped that evening and questioned me if Uncle Alan or his friend ever said anything bad to me. I denied it, but incidentally, we didn't visit Uncle Alan for a whole year afterwards, and I was made to join the youth group at the local church. During my sessions with the counselor, he specifically explained to me what the sin of homosexuality was, which is an experience that scarred me more than interacting with my uncle ever did. Oh, and yet, I was straight before that and remained straight afterwards. TLDR, growing up I thought my uncle and his partner, referred to as his friend by my parents, were the coolest guys alive. Told my mom I didn't want to marry a girl but live exactly like them. Got my dumb ass sent to church counseling for expressing homosexual ideas. TIFU by traumatizing the office above me. I was putting some work signage away in a tiny storage cupboard on the parking level of our joint office building. I waltzed in, put the signage in, and turned back to the door. I turned the handle, it didn't open. It had locked behind me. This 2x2 cupboard isn't somewhere people in my office frequent. In fact, my colleagues have said they didn't even know we had it. I didn't have my phone on me either, which is a rarity. I was all good for the first few minutes, banging on the door yelling for help. Then I panicked and lost it. We have construction in the building next door to us, so I was convinced Noon could hear my calls for help over the standard construction noise. My mind literally went to being a missing person on TV and being found a week later traumatized and near dead. I screamed the most high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. I have never in my life had so much panic inside me to scream like that. Like about to be murdered or I've been kidnapped kind of scream. I shredded my throat, screaming on and off for about 5 or so minutes while banging and kicking the door before it swung open, with 4 people from the office above panicking and on the phone to someone saying they found me. They'd heard my screams through the air vent. "You've got some serious lungs on ya," one of the women said. They calmed me down and helped me breathe calmly again before escorting me back up the lift to my office on the top floor. The part where I fucked up was when I learned the door was actually unlocked the whole time. I just didn't push hard enough. TLDR. I got stuck in a storage cupboard screaming like a maniac to get out and traumatized the office upstairs from it, only to find the door was unlocked the entire time. TIFU, deep-throating myself in front of my new assistant. The update, where do I begin? This happened this weekend. Let us lay out some plot points first. I am 37 years old and recently dating a girl for a couple of months. She is 26. I work as a film editor and often have new assistant editors for different projects. I've recently started on a new project and have a new assistant who is a 27-year-old woman. I've always worked out, done yoga, I am fit and slim and have an above average sized dick. This combination has given me the unique talent of being able to suck my own dick. I've been doing this for many years. All of my partners have always found this amusing and arousing. I know there are dangers yada yada yada, but trust me, I've done it a lot and I know what I am doing, lol. Okay. So the girl I am dating is very fond of this talent and told her group of friends about it. One of whom is getting married soon. She was doing her bachelor party and instead of hiring the beefcake stripper, her friends wanted to see me suck my own cock. I was a little put off by the idea at first, doing this for a group of strangers, but the idea was kind of hot and it's all in good fun, so fuck it, right? I agree to the plan. I was a little nervous about meeting them first, making too much eye contact etc., so we came up with the best plan to make this happen. There are a few methods to doing this, the easiest and deepest of which is to put my legs over my head. This way I would be looking up and wouldn't really have to look at any of the girls. But they could see full view of my cock going into mouth. I can draw a diagram if needed. So the day comes, I have a couple of shots of tequila to loosen up. By the time I arrive, the girls are already pretty tipsy and rowdy, chanting things like "suck your dick" from the other room. I prepare myself with the girl I am dating, and she invites her friends in. They are hooting and hollering as I am laying on the ground with a very erect cock. The whole thing is actually pretty hot, and even though my heart is racing like mad, I am really into this idea now. I throw my legs over my head as I've done many times and start to play along with the show. I circle my tongue around the tip, teasing myself. I put myself further and the head goes in my mouth and I hear the gasps and woos and girl noises coming from behind me. I am trying to look back to see them, but I am a bit focused on the cock in my mouth and really can't see past my head. I start getting more and more into it, and the girl I am dating comes over and helps me push it deeper into my mouth by pushing my ass and legs down as we've done before in our own private world. At this point I am really into and sucking my cock like a champ. The girls really seem to be enjoying it. After some minutes go by, not sure how long, they start chanting, "Cum in your mouth, cum in your mouth." Now to be clear, I normally don't do this. I have before, lol, but it's not my thing. But I am the entertainment and I aim to please, so in my mind I am thinking, let's do this. I start sucking harder, tongue playing with the tip. The girl I am dating is still pushing me a bit, her hand on my ass. The whole thing is so hot and I feel like I am about to cum and explode. It was a lot. I am shaking and convulsing, sucking my tip. They are clapping and cheering. The girl I am dating lets go of my legs and I fall down sweating with a mouthful of cum. Her friends start to yell, "Kiss him, cum swap." I am actually not sure what they were yelling, but it was along those lines. So I stand up in a daze and kiss her. She takes the cum from my mouth and I look finally at the girls, all enjoy except one unbelievably shocked and mortified face. You know where this is going, of course. My assistant. She leaves the room. I race to the bathroom. The girl I am dating comes in to ask me what is wrong and I tell her. She loses it laughing. "So and so is your assistant?" I am not laughing. Assistant isn't laughing and actually leaves the party. It's actually a bit of a scene. The girl I am dating tells her friends there is laughter, discussion. They are calling assistant and she is not answering. The girl I am dating assures me they are all like this is no big deal. I've been working from home all week. I've talked to my assistant via Slack and we've said nothing. She is in the office. I can work from home tomorrow. I don't know what the fuck to do. The girl I am dating said that assistant is mortified and doesn't know what to do either. I really don't know what the fuck to do. TLDR, I sucked my own dick at a bachelorette party at which my new assistant was in attendance. We haven't spoken about it since. Edit the diagram. I am a terrible artist, forgive me. I am not a turkey, I promise. Edit 2 to clarify, I don't think she was mortified at what she was watching. I think she was mortified when she realized it was me. The diagram above is meant to show that they couldn't really see my face until I stood up. At least this is the logic I am convincing myself of. Edit 3. I am being very specific that she is not my girlfriend and a girl I am dating, because honestly, I wouldn't do something like this with my girlfriend's friends. I don't think either of us see a future in this relationship, we just having fun. Edit 4. Yes, they were staring at my butthole. I am well groomed, no one seemed to mind. To be honest, if. Edit 5. Since everyone is asking, I'll offer my thoughts. No, I am not gay or bi, and have never sucked someone else's dick before. Pretty sure being gay or bi involves being attracted to and or having sexual experiences with people of the same sex. It's my own dick, so I think that conversation is pretty straightforward. By your logic, all of you have given thousands and thousands of handjobs and you've touched a dick like 10 times today at least. As for the I've heard, it feels more like sucking a dick than getting your dick sucked. I bring it back to the above statement. A handjob obviously doesn't feel the same as jerking off. Kissing your own hand feels different than someone else kissing your hand, etc., etc. I think maybe the first time it's unfamiliar to have your own dick in your mouth, or for those of you with a friend who told you. They probably only tried it once or twice. But it has become a familiar feeling for me, and it feels wonderful. Better than jerking off, that's for sure. And yes, I have and do occasionally do this instead of masturbating. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.